It goes all the way back to 1892. Michigan leads it, but the Badgers have won 2 of the last 3. And this went into the end zone for a touchback. 3 seasons at Southern Illinois. Dylan Jones in the backfield. They'll give it to him on first down. He breaks it and picks up some very positive in motion. Jones again with another hole, and he'll get close to that first down marker. And he
constantly against Nebraska. He's got 3 sacks.
Twitchy, violent, fast, and Wisconsin will pick up the first down with Dylan Jones.
He needs is some good push from the interior of this offensive line, and they're able to get it on these defensive tackles and just get across that line to gain.
At the 36. Simmons will throw it with time underneath. He's got his man, Chris Brooks. Brooks turns it up. A gain of 12.
Well, you're going to get a blitz from Michigan, which is going to leave the middle of the field vacated. And Simmons does a great job. He looks out to his outside, comes back, and he's right there with Chris Brooks. An easy completion and a good start here for this Wisconsin offense early in this game.
For Wisconsin. And second man through is Jones again. And Dylan. And again, off the right side, it's Jones. And right now,
watch Mandel, the tackle here on the right side, and he's just going to mash down the defensive end for Michigan. They pull the fullback around, and it's an easy run over there on the outside. Nobody there in contain for Michigan. And again, Wisconsin running the football right at this Wolverines defense, which up to this,
the 38. Dupree in the backfield now. Simmons wants to throw underneath. Conservative toss, and it's caught. Lance Mason is fifth. Pressure. Second down and 3 at the 31. Low snap, handle around the corner. Kekahuna with some space.
Job to stay with it from the quarterback. Look, the poor snap, and Simmons goes down, gets it, and still makes the handoff at the match point. Kekahuna then is able to get onto the outside, break a tackle.
Dupree returns out of the eye. Here's a throw to the far side. Vinny Anthony turns it up, gets out of bounds.
Outside, and they get it against Zeke Berry. Zeke Berry had been injured. He's finally in the lineup, number 10. Just takes a poor angle. Great run on the outside by Vinny Anthony. And again, another first down. Wisconsin.
Badgers. First down and goal. Out of the offset eye. Jones straight ahead. Power running. Jones. Picking its way forward. Will pick up a couple. Gets to the... Simmons. Hands it off. Straight ahead. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Dylan Jones. 75 yards.
How about our tackle right here? He's had a great series. Emerson Mandel, you got the tight end as well. That's Lance Mason. Terrific double team. And then the running back, you got to be your own block on the field. You know, I would expect some sort of big play here early.
First down and 10 at the 25. Underwood's going to throw it. Nobody home. Lets it go anyway. And incomplete pass interference coming up.
Go with the flea flicker right away. They're calling the pass interference right now, and Underwood sees that it's covered. Good job by the defensive backs, but Ricardo Holman, allows Donovan McCulley to get behind him, and that's one of those where it's like the intentional overthrow or just the underthrow.
Down at the 40-yard line. Justice Haynes in the backfield. They'll give it to him for the first time. Jitterbugs gets around the corner, stays on his feet. Nice move as he'll get.
They feel like big days are ahead.
He's from Katy, Texas. Near side throw. Nicely done. And out of bounds.
And coverage out on the outside.
First down at the 48. Motion. And here's a handoff. Haynes. Here he goes. Justice Haynes out of bounds at the Wisconsin 5.
I want you to watch my guy here, Max Bredesen. This guy is, I think, one of the best football players on this Michigan team. He comes in there as the fullback, and how many times we see on film, 44, make the block right there in a big run.
And the Wolverines will give it back to...
He's that good at the point of attack.
Second down and goal at the 1. Haynes outside. How simple can it get? Touchdown, Michigan. On average.
Well, here you go with Bredesen, and you've also got the guard. That's Jake Granera. And Granera gets out on the outside. They seal up the edge. Bredesen seals off the linebacker who's trying to scrape over the top.
All right, first down and 10 at the 25. Here's a handoff. Jones cuts it back inside. 26. Play fake. Near side throw. Caught, but not a lot of room for Vinny.
Well, he didn't miss here, did he? Here's 10. Zeke Berry here on the outside. And he keeps outside leverage, and then he just runs through Vinny Anthony right when that ball arrives. And now Michigan's going to have an opportunity unless something happened to Hunter Simmons.
Third down 5 at the 30. And they'll run it and pick up a first down with Jones. What a burst.
Marks of this defense is that you cannot create seams by running up the field. And watch these Michigan players. They're not building the run wall. They're separated and giving away gaps. Great job on the cut from Dylan Jones of fine.
Simmons back in at quarterback. He'll throw it. In trouble. Lets it go and short. They give it to him. And Dupree chopped down as he gets to the line. Simmons sprints out of the pocket, looks backside, and that play broken up. It's Rod Moore, and they're so happy to have him back.
It's just so good to see him back on the field. Here's number 19, the safety. He almost gets in there for the pick. Would have taken it back to the house. Had it
forced to punt it away from their own 33. Samaj Morgan is back deep. Lets it go over his head.
He's going to go on double clap. So watch Underwood right here. He's going to clap hard to basically signal the snap. So he gives a hard clap right there and gets the jump. Why would you go on 2 or a second clap? Well, you get 5 free yards. Now it's 1st and 5 outside the 5. Great job.
1st and 5. He'll sprint out, trying to square his shoulders. Nice move after the cut. Yards passing. He rushed for 61 yards and a touchdown as well. He can really move that football on the ground, Joel.
He can, but he also put the ball on the ground against Nebraska, and he's got to protect it when he's in the middle of the field.
First down and 10 at the 14. Underwood to throw it. Steps up in the pocket under pressure, and that ball deflected. Let's see if he got a hand on it.
I think he did. He comes from this defensive tackle spot right here, right up into the face of Underwood. He beats the left guard, and he's right there. And, yes, he absolutely batted that ball down as Underwood was trying.
Haynes, the single setback. Near side throw. Caught. Andrew Marsh. This is the kid they're excited about. Haynes.
Great penetration by this Wisconsin defensive line. Watch right here on this right side. They're able to get through and get into the backfield, and that was awfully close. It did not look like he got there.
Third line. Darian Dupree in the backfield as the pistol. They'll give it to him running. Looking for a hole, and it gained a yard, maybe 2. And an 8 at the 31. Could be the last play of the quarter. Simmons guns one to the sideline. It's complete at the 30. Giacomelli in as the Wildcat quarterback. And he'll run it and doesn't fool anybody. He'll lose yardage on this play. First man to him, a loss of 1.
Yeah, this defense does a great job of not getting faked by this outside zone fake to the running back. Giacomelli tries to take it right up the gut. Michigan is right there to stop him. A really nice job by the linebacker core to stay in there. Brandon Hill.
First down at the 19 for the Wolverines. Underwood looking, goes through his progression, drops it off short. Jordan Marshall, who's having a great start to his season.
Little small plays, but watch the development. Okay, so first of all, Underwood wants to go left with this ball. He looks, reads the defense, he says, nope, nope, nope. That's all the way back to number 4 in the progression. That shows development. Mastery of the offense. This is what we like to see you do because we know you can run around.
Second down and 2. Here's Marshall again with the carry. And he
touch in order to be a great passer.
Third down and 2. Underwood side steps, fires underneath, incomplete.
Bredesen gets an opportunity. He's lined up over on the left side. And then as Underwood is going to go through his reads over here all the way to the left, he's going to slide over in the pocket. Now he tries to get to Bredesen. Bredesen's got to bring that one in. Again, that's a heater. Again, talented arm. That one's coming in hot from Underwood, but certainly you've got to throw that one with pace at the frame. He does do only 1 yard per play on first down. Can they have success here?
So here we go from the 15, and Jones is ambushed.
Number 33, they present such a problem.
Second down and 9 to the 16. Play action. Simmons lets it go, and he'll pick up the first. Nice throw, nice route. Vinny interception.
Tell you what, Michigan is doing a lot of blitzing right now. When you blitz these linebackers, what does it do? It presents open areas over the middle of the field. Nobody there. No zone players in the middle of the field, and Wisconsin is taking advantage of that. Vinny Anthony does a great job sitting down, giving his chest to his quarterback, and it's an easy completion for Simmons for a first down.
Anthony already 4 catches for 36 yards. First and 10, Wisconsin. And Jones. From the 30. And another handoff for Jones and Jayshawn Barham.
His elusiveness, Gus, so he's on the outside, but he's also going to dip around the block and get right back into the interior of that offense and then chase him down. The closing speed and athleticism of Barham.
The setback with Hunter Simmons. Simmons to throw. Checks it down. Jones with space. Can he get there? No. With Underwood. Bryce Underwood. Quarterback run with space. Gets to the corner and is dragged down at the 40-yard line. The 40. Of course it would be Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
He wins everywhere he goes as soon as he gets there. Haynes. Marshall. Tell you what.
Coming over here to this left side, he's going to end up diving right into the middle. But you see, they just don't get a ton of push against Wisconsin. No one does, right? Like, Bama tried to run a few times early in that game, and they just abandoned the run because they've got...
First down at the 45. Play fake. Underwood. Looking. Dole throws it. Sideline. Back shoulder. And it's caught. Oh.
I mean, and this is very good coverage as well to fit this in there. This is Matthew Young in coverage, and Marshkin will go fast to try to avoid a replay, and they do.
First down at the 23, and it's Marshall between the tackles.
What an adjustment from Marsh. Really good throw from Bryce Underwood. In coverage, you go to the back shoulder, and he goes to the back shoulder. He goes up, locates that ball, secures it. That foot was down, and then he controls it through the process.
Underwood in trouble. Underwood gobbled up, and he'll be tackled for a... Underwood, quick throw, high, and incomplete.
Down at his hand right now. The sprint out to the left is always really hard. And yeah, that one just came out of his hand really awkward.
Got it up. And Pure. 10-7. First down and 10 at the 25. Simmons. Sideline. Nice throw.
They wanted him in the game. Watch this route on the outside from Vinny Anthony as he goes on the out route against Berry, and then he gets himself back to the football as Berry is closing down, and he's able to maintain that space for the completion.
Darian Dupree, the pistol back. They give it to him. He hops through.
He wasn't just met. Watch Hillman, so he's back here at safety. Watch how fast, Gus, he closes down this hole from his safety position like a missile, and wham! He comes in there hard with that left shoulder.
And now for Wisconsin down conversions. O'Neal hands it off, and Wisconsin will not get it. Great defense by the Michigan. Denies them that first down.
Yeah, great job right here. Here's Ernest Hausman, and he's going to sprint through from that linebacker position. He gets untouched, and he's the first hands on him.
Underwood hands it off. Marshall trying to get around the corner. Not a lot. Looks like Tackett Curtis was on the tackle.
And watch them build this run wall. This is why it's so difficult to run on the interior of this defense. You know, you've got players for players there, but there's no movement. And then Curtis is able to blow it up right there.
An 8 from the 25. Underwood sideline throw and incomplete. Underwood stepping up, dancing. Nice shake, dives forward.
What you're seeing from this Wisconsin defense, this is Sebastian Cheeks out here on the outside. Watch him dip under the right tackle. That's Andrew Sprague, and he forces Underwood out of the pocket, and then they've got somebody there Always spying, watching. Thank you very little, Clemson. I had him as my national title pick.
First down and 10. And Simmons, sideline, nice catch. Lance from the 44, first down. And they'll do the double reverse. Around the corner, Tyrell Henry. And he is tracked down at
Additional play by Rod Moore. He comes all the way. The deep safety is going to come up and recognize what's going on, and then watch the open field tackle slashing in and getting the legs of Henry. Gosh,
that he's got to trust it. He's got to trust that knee, and it'll take a little time. Jones. 40 seconds left. Near side, that ball deflected.
Blitz from this second level. And here comes Metcalf. Nobody there to block him. Simmons trying to get that ball out on the outside and just can't do it. Metcalf.
And underneath. Incomplete.
Hey, consistency-wise, he needs to improve.
Second down and 10 at the 6. And they'll run it with Haynes. Does it take receive? Thank you, Jenny. First and 10 at the 25 for the Wolverines. And they give it to Haynes straight ahead. And he carries some people with him.
Saints, everyone's going to talk about these the speed runs and the big runs, but this is what I love, physical. You've got to own that if you're a linebacker, right? That's your job to...
For the running backs coach, he's one of the best running backs coaches in all of college football. Underwood, nice sidearm throw. Woo! Now that was a whip. 3 catches, 54 yards for the freshman. Here's another throw out wide. Morgan this time holds on, but he's corralled and almost taken down.
Holy, I think, could be go-to guys for them.
Second down and 9. Underwood on the move. Ooh, what a throw. Great catch. Marsh again. 26 yards.
Well, I love his patience on this. So the first read is this flat route to Haynes, and he's like, all right, I don't like that. There's defense there, and then you just climb. So anytime you're on the run as a quarterback outside, and certainly for here from Michigan, you read low to high, Gus. Number 1 is low, then you go
down to the 29 now. For the Wolverines, opening series of the second half. They hand it off. Haynes bounces it outside, cuts it up. Nice piece of running, but
this is one of those situations as Bredesen is going to come. He's thinking that this is going to be a kick out, but then the ball bounces outside, and he's grabbing right there. Actually got a little face mask action right there as he's going down to the ground.
First penalty of the game for Michigan. Empty set for Underwood. Over the middle, caught on the move by Zach.
Superior of the defense, which is so stout.
Second down and 9 to the 28. And this time Wisconsin was
does a great job. Watch him get inside of Sprague here. He just goes inside of the right tackle. This offensive line has really struggled today. Sprague has missed a few.
Underwood in trouble. Breaks a tackle. Squares his shoulders underneath. Throws a dive. Morgan.
Tell you, this ball was bobbling all over the place. Here's that dip, the sidearm. Watch, Morgan's first going to bobble it right here. And he's able to corral it. Then he spins forward, and the ball is definitely on the ground, and it bounces right back to him, and he's able to recover it. On the first series.
Second down goal from the 12-yard line. Haynes gets through the hole. Underwood in the end zone. Incomplete. And he missed it. Not a good snap. First down and 10 of the 20-yard line for Wisconsin. Here's a handoff to Dylan Jones, who's had a fine game so far. Doesn't get much, though. Lucky to get back to the line. Jones, the deep back, out of the eye. Play fake. Simmons rolling. Incomplete. Simmons underneath and incomplete.
Getting in the face of Simmons, but here is Jayshon Barham, number 1, dropping into coverage. Remember, he was an off-the-ball linebacker prior to this move to defensive end, edge rusher, and so he's understanding.
This thing out, Underwood back on the field to Haynes, and he gets caught.
Right side. You know, I keep pointing him out, but Andrew Sprague continues to miss, and they're just beating him inside, and they've done it now 4 or 5 different times. A total whiff, and Haynes has nowhere to go.
Second down and 13. Underwood. Underneath. He's got his man. It's Klein, the tight end.
A little middle screen to the tight end. And then up and over and hurdles. And boy, that's always dangerous as he gets hit to the ground.
Underwood. Wants to run it. On the move, he throws it and incomplete. Hollenbach will punt it from the 30. Tyrell Henry, the deep man. Henry from the 5. And Henry will be taken down inside. First down at the 10-yard line for the Badgers. Hunter Simmons has done a fine job in today at QB and 10-yard line. Simmons. And it's complete. Down to 4. Simmons. Sideline. Oh, almost.
Everything has been short so far. So watch Zeke Berry outside corner or here on your left side. And he just sits on that right. Now he's broken it. He almost picked that one off. Could have taken that one back to the house if he got his hands on it. Contact right there as they're both going for the ball. And Zeke Berry.
First down at the 33. Underwood will throw it. Sideline toss. Incomplete. McCulley
Push him out. McCulley is able to get it. Oh, goodness. Is that left foot down? He's got control. They might need to take a look at that. I thought he pushed him out, but that left foot looks like it's in.
Looks like that the heel was definitely in.
He goes up and over the top, and he grabs this ball, so he's got control right there, and if that foot is totally in bounds, that's close. But certainly from some of the looks that we had, it looked to be in.
Looks like he's in to me. Mike Pereira, if you're with us, your thoughts?
I'm always with you, Gus. I'll tell you, to me, this is a catch.
Here's a fake reverse and a pass near side. Klein.
Wisconsin open field tackler. Watch number 1. He's out here at the outside linebacker spot. And he's just going to run with Klein and immediately go down low and get his legs. A little bit of a wrinkle there from Michigan with a motion or a shift, I should.
Yard line. Haynes in the backfield. Underwood underneath. Caught McCulley again with a burst. Still running. McCulley to the end zone. Touchdown. Wolverines. 29 yards.
They're running the run-pass option off of this linebacker. What Underwood doesn't realize is that the corner also blitzes. So now he sees it. He's already decided to throw that football. And McCulley runs a beautiful route right past the face of the safety, Austin Brown, and then a beautiful move to the outside to get in the end zone. How's that?
Beckham Sunderland will send it away. Vinny Anthony is the deep man. And Anthony from the 1. Crosses the 20.
This guy doesn't want to stop.
Great story, Jenny. Thank you so much. First down at the 13. Simmons. Oh, he's got his receiver at the 40.
I've been telling you, these Michigan corners have been sitting on the routes. Nothing has been down the field, so it's a double move, an out and then an up. Zeke Berry bit on that out route, and then they've got space to go down the field. Good adjustment by Vinny Anthony. That ball just underthrown a bit, and he's able to get back in.
Running back. He's the pistol. They give it to him over the right side with a lane. And wrestled down. Single setback. Simmons, deep drop. Lets it fly. He's got a man. Oh, picked up. Guess who?
They talk about his instinct. Here's Rod Moore, deep middle of the field, and he's just going to read the eyes, see him float and float. The ball gets cut loose, and there he goes. Underthrown. Michigan maybe gets away with a little contact right there from Jair Hill. That certainly could have drawn a flag, but Moore was there.
Michigan with the football. First down. Haynes. And Curtis McCulley. Second down and 9 at the 18. Underwood. Sideline. And caught by McCulley. And 3 at the 24. Here's the delay. First down. And it's Haynes again. Look at him move. Justice. Star running back. Vernon at Georgia and with the Steelers.
What I love is they invite the rush up the field, which Wisconsin has been aggressive up the field, and it's a little delay, almost a draw over to that right side. Bredesen lets the end go up the field. He gets up to the linebacker, and then
Haynes. First down at the 47. Play fake. Underwood with time. Now Underwood under pressure. Underwood turns a corner. Oh!
10th on the year. This one is a tougher catch. There's no doubt. That was an absolute heater.
Second down and 10. They'll run it this time with Haynes. It'll get Michigan. Third down and 6 for the Wolverines. 17-7. Underwood looking over the middle. Caught. And it's McCulley again.
Stepped up.
First down at the 36. Underwood out wide. Morgan this time in space. And Morgan will pick up a few. Here's a reverse, and Morgan gets down the sideline.
Watch Rager. He's going to just jump into the backfield. Here he is lined up as kind of a defensive tackle, defensive end, and then he's in the backfield, and Morgan does an incredible job to get away from him and gain.
Underwood sprints out on the move. That one high and incomplete. Low snap. Did not snap that one well. Simmons off his back foot and nobody home. He had a lot of young man from Uganda played at Nebraska. Here's a handoff to Dupree. First time since 4:47 of the first quarter. Low snap. Simmons and knocked down.
Just drops back into coverage. Simmons wants that slant route, and Hausman is right there.
Punting for the 8th time. Bertrams. Morgan from the 26 with the lane. Cuts it up inside. And will go down. 9 for Michigan. Underwood into the flats. Morgan with a seam. And will pick up a first down. I take to the 49. Haynes with a chance to go over 100 yards. Haynes dives forward. 16 carries, 104 yards. First down. Haynes on the edge this time. Nice little juke. It'll go down.
Idea he was this fast.
Wow. 2nd and 2 at the 30. First down. And Coach Alford.
Here to Michigan. Haynes goes in the transfer portal. Guess who his first call was? Tony Alford.
Wow. Wide open receiver at the 10. McCulley dives down at the...
There's that last pass. Putting a little touch on this one, and then McCulley is going to climb the ladder and go up high. We've seen him do that a couple of times. Turns and gets down inside the 2-yard line.
The one for the Wolverines. Haynes, the deep man. They give it to Justice. And looks like a touchdown. And it is. Touchdown, Michigan. Justice Haynes does it again.
It's initially defended pretty well, but watch the second effort for Haynes. Haynes is going to get over here on the left side, and he's going to get hit right here. Kind of runs into Bredesen, but then the effort to get back to the right and stay behind his pads, the power to finish for the end zone. 23 now unanswered points for the Michigan Wolverine. Boys up at the top. I think the best 2 teams in America are probably Ohio State and Oregon.
Here's Simmons rolling out. And is this a catch?
And the same type of benefit of the doubt is not given to the Big Ten down at the bottom.
First down and 10 at the 41. And it's Kekahuna. Nice run after the catch.
Saw a little of this in that first drive, and now they're finally getting back to it. These short routes just right in the middle of the field. Kekahuna does a great job of not only stopping in that soft area.
Simmons. Nice throw, good catch. Vinny. Again, 18 of 23, 158. He's thrown 1 pick. Here he is again. Out wide, and this time, 4 at the 33. Simmons. Incomplete. The backfield. Hunter Simmons. Under pressure. Oh, what a catch.
Pressure bearing down on Simmons right in the middle of that pocket. It was Derek Moore. That was an incredible catch. Just reaching out. Look at that. Give me that rock. Ooh. I'll tell you what.
That's on your screen. First down at the 26. They hand it off. Jones with space. And Jones will be taken down inside 3. Dupree. And he gets knocked backwards after down and 1 at the 17. Simmons. Sideline. Oh, a nice catch. On 3rd and 1.
And he was basically backpedaling right here. He's backpedaling, and he's able to keep that ball off of the turf and grab that ball before Rolder can contact him and try to jar that one loose. Beautiful catch on that. A couple of really...
And a handoff. Acker.
Great ball fake here to Acker.
He faked me out, I'll tell you that.
And then it comes out here on the outside, but it did not fake out TJ Guy. Guy was right in the face.
Simmons. Dancing. Underneath. Nice throw. And we're down.
Kerry Kadonko, the right guard 73. He's just trying to take off. He's clearly early. From Orphan
into the end zone. Simmons looking in trouble. Derek 12.
We've seen him rush from the inside, so he's just coming inside, and then he's going to get right in the face of Simmons right there, and Simmons has nowhere to go with the ball. Moore has been all over the place today in the backfield. Looks like Rayshon Benny also in there.
And it's good. Here's your onside kick. It's tipped and recovered by the Wolverines.
Boy, that one was dangerous. Watch Bell. Kendrick Bell is going to go up, and he actually tips that ball. Then he gets hit hard. Shannon Goodwin was able to recover that ball for Michigan. That was a
first down at the 43. 6 at the 39-yard line for Michigan. Here's Marshall trying to get outside and will not. Stood up and driven down. He will get back to the line of scrimmage. Underwood. Oh, some trickery there. Wow.
Marshall just ride this one out to a loss.
Michigan favored by 16 and a half. And out wide, it's Morgan. And he'll go out of bounds at the 25. Here more yards today. McCulley has 3 of them. Here's another run. Marshall trying to get into that end zone, and he'll go down at the 5.
Surprised they're going fast here. This is fascinating.
And a handoff. Marshall again.